Home buyers are scared, guys. They are scared to buy a home in this market. They don't know if it's going up, down, sideways, what's going on in the market. We are going to go over the reasons why it's so scary in this market right now, and what are the issues that are making individuals hesitant, want to buy. We're gonna jump into it. My name is Orlando and welcome to my channel. Let's start off with number one. Number one is interest rates. Interest rates are going up, up, and up. The Fed has continued to say that they're going to raise interest rates constantly, 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in this year. Who knows? But it's definitely going to be 5. And we are seeing interest rates creep up over and over and over. Currently, interest rates at a 4.27% right now. They're going to continue to go up. Why is this such a big concern for home buyers? Well, it's because it decreases your buying power. So for example, let's say you were able to buy a home at $300,000 and all of a sudden interest rates have creeped up from that 2-ish area, the 2.6 area, and they're at 4.2 now. That means that your buying power has decreased. Now you may be able only to afford a $180,000 home. It obviously depends on your current situation, but you understand what I'm saying. Your buying power has decreased. Now all of a sudden you have to jump into a lower tier market to find a home. And let me tell you what, guys, that lower tier market is a very, very, very competitive market. That median area is too, but the lower you drop in value in homes and desired places to live, the more competitive it is. We have seen competition for those type of homes. People overpay hundreds of thousands of dollars for those homes. We have seen individuals waive contingencies, not looking at the home, not doing inspections, foregoing appraisals, giving away every right, basically going in blind, right? to buy a home in those areas, at those markets, at those prices. And that is what a lot of home buyers are seeing, and they're thinking to themselves, do I really want to jump in the market where interest rates, buying power is decreasing, and I have to compete with individuals like that on the biggest purchase of my life? And a lot of people are saying, you know what, this isn't for me today. So let's jump into number two, a recession. Well, we all know that a recession will come. There will be a downturn. We have had the most historical run of everything going up, up, and up, and up. And we all know everything that goes up has to come down. That is the cycle that we're in. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We will have a downturn at some point. Obviously, no one has a crystal ball and can tell you when, but we do know that it will come down. So here is the question and the conundrum. Do you overpay for a house knowing that a downturn is going to come? You overpay $100,000 for a home only for it to go down $120,000, only to regain the $120,000 back in 5 to 10 years. Did you really win in that scenario? Well, if we do the math, it would say you lost.
Please, no!
Just based on that math, on that scenario, you would have lost. That makes no sense to lose all of that money, or 80 to 90% of that money, only to regain it back 10 years later. But here's the thing. A lot of things come with a recession other than just a downturn of the market, of the housing market. There becomes job losses. Is your job stable? Is your job being replaced by AI, automation, all these type of things? If your job is on a shaky ground, do you want to risk overpaying for a home and then losing your job or getting your salary cut? Not only do you have a house that you overpaid for, but you are stuck at that mortgage rate, at that upside down house. That doesn't feel like it will put you in a great situation. And a lot of home buyers are afraid of that scenario ending up being them. We all know that I believe it is 68% of individuals live paycheck to paycheck. That is not a scenario that you want to be in. Be overpay on the house, being overshot in debt, also being upside down in equity, net worth, and then also your earned income is now cut in half. That is not a situation I want you to be in, or you want yourself to be in. So you have to look at buying a house with a serious magnifying glass. Do I want to do that? And that is why home buyers are currently right now scared, because they obviously can't tell the future. You don't know what's going to happen. Number 3 is loss of equity. Loss of equity in a home is something that you want to avoid in the home buying process. Sometimes I can understand if you bought a home. Let's say you bought a home 10 years ago and then we had a recession 10 years later. That's something that you can't avoid, but also too, you would have climbed up on those 10 years before that recession hit. But how would it feel to lose equity 1 to 2 years into you buying a home that was overpriced? Not market, overpriced home. You spent $100,000 over the asking price, or $50,000 over the asking price, only to lose $80,000 to $90,000 on that home. Let's say you paid $400,000 for a $300,000 home, and all of a sudden the value dropped down to $260,000. Now the house is upside down $140,000 because you overpaid for a home. Let's not include that you decided to not get an appraisal, you decided not to look at the property, you decided to not get an inspection. You just decided to do all those things because you were emotionally invested in getting a home. Now, all of a sudden, the roof costs $20,000 to fix. There's foundational issues that cost $10,000 to $15,000 to fix. The appliances you have to fix yourself, or you have to replace those. Let's say you spent an additional, I'm gonna be conservative, $40,000 on all of that. So you spend $40,000, all of that on top of the $140,000. Now you're under $180,000. That is a homeowner's worst nightmare. And that is the reason why individuals need, like I said, look at this situation with a magnifying glass and decide, do I want to get into a home right now and be in this situation? This video is not to scare you from buying a home. This video is to, once again, open your eyes and make you look at things you may not have looked at. Maybe buying a home for you right now is perfect for what you need to do right now. If that's what you decide, that is what you decide. But I need you to really look at these 3 situations, these 3 reasons why individuals are scared right now. And do any of these things apply to you? And if they do apply to you, look at your situation, do your research, and understand if buying a home right now is for you. Do you think that the recession is going to hit? Do you think there's going to be a downturn? If you think that none of the things that I just said are going to happen, then by all means, buy a house. Do what you need to do. If it fits for you, fits for you. I just want to open everybody's eyes to things that possibly can happen and affect you to make the best decision that is right for you. So once again, guys, I hope you got value out of this content. I'm gonna need you to watch this next video here. It will help you learn all about the housing market, get into your first rental property, and learn all things financial. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.